Here we have your speakers for this Impact EU investment capacity building. We have Francois Dauriat, who is a policy officer at the European Commission, DG Employment. We have Bruno Robino, Deputy Head, Financial Intermediary Advisory Division at the European Investment Bank. And we have Silvia Manca, Head of Cohesion, Competitiveness and Social Impact at the European Investment Fund. And she will be the second moderator of this block, the second of the next two. The third moderator of this block of 2 hours. This is the toughest block. You've eaten. You might want to be horizontal, having a nice nap. You can't, because we've got great speakers, and I need you to please honor them by listening. But this is short and sweet, is it not? This is a nice and funky. These good people are going to share the Commission's vision for developing the sector, explaining how EIB Advisory and EIF are all working together and teaming up, and talking, I think, particularly about 2025 Phase 2 rollout. Francois, in a nutshell, could you please briefly summarize the Commission's perspective? Why is impact investment such a key sector for development, and perhaps how the Commission supports it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that's an easy question because basically it helps us to mobilize capital to solve environmental and social issues that are aligned with our own policy objectives. So basically, with the help of these investors, all these people and entrepreneurs in the room, we help solve problems that are societal problems. We support impact investing in many ways, and I have to say that the Commission has been an early and active supporter of this investment space. First, we do it through regulatory and policy initiatives. Sustainable finance regulations, the European Action Plan for the social economy. Second, we do it through the provision of grants, which can be project grants to support innovative projects in unserved areas. The latest one was on the provision of third-party impact data, which is an important topic, and through directly also supporting the network organizations that makes impact better known. Obviously, we also do it through our budgetary guarantee to the InvestEU program, basically the EIF Impact Equity Fund, which is superbly deployed by the team here. And lastly, we do it through the organization of advisory and capacity building initiatives. Today's event is part of it, and it's my pleasure to thank my colleague and especially EIB Advisory for the organization of this event. It's a first step. That's what we are going to discuss it. I think what the EIB is trying to do is to do something which will be complementary to other market initiatives to promote impact, that builds a community of practitioners. I think that's very important too, and that leverage the expertise and reach of the EIF, which is quite a pivotal player in this field.
Thank you so much. No slides to show, or slides coming? It's you, so we're looking at the how, right? You're going to talk about the first bit of the how, and then pass to Silvia. You're going to actually talk about what the support program encompasses. Give us some details.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon. So I'm happy to say that this event marked the official launch of this initiative, which is an impact capacity building program under InvestEU. So this is also important. It hasn't mentioned so far. So it's a program of the European Commission, managed by the European Investment Bank Group altogether. What is all about? Well, the idea, we've been talking and listening all the morning about impact investing. The idea is to reinforce the impact investing market across the EU. The idea is to provide or to increase the skills, the knowledge, the competence of equity impact funds and bring them to a level to be on the radar, to be ready. So we're talking also about investment readiness for InvestEU partnership. In particular, the program is open to first-time impact financial intermediaries which are currently, I would call them traditional and would move into impact investing, and also woman-led and diverse team intermediaries. What I've been doing so far, well, today marked the official launch, but actually I want to manage a bit the expectation because we need a bit of time to finalize, to fine-tune a few elements. But the activity started actually in 2023 with a study mapping what are the needs in terms of capacity building and also what is the offer in terms of capacity building available in Europe. We also included the study Impact Accountability in Venture Capital, which was the object of before launch session, into the preparatory program. So we managed to put together and to capture all the ideas into the study, which was presented earlier. We had a small event, a preliminary event in Luxembourg, actually gathering the representative of national promotional banks and institutions to speak about impact investing. And then today, the official launch in front of the European Commission. So it's a very important element. By the way, Director General of DG Employment even anticipated that in the speech. So it's today, it's now, it's happening now. And so what's for the future? And I would leave the floor to Silvia.
Thank you so much. So indeed, as Bruno said, today marked the official entering into this second phase of the capacity building program. And I think we are all acquainted with the fact that also, as our keynote speaker Benjamin was saying, funding is not all, is absolutely necessary, but we also need accompanying measures to make the maximum out of the funding capabilities. So what this capacity building program is about? You might think of it as a toolbox that might include different options depending on your needs and depending on the stage of maturity where you are. Here you see six boxes. We will not have time to go through all of them, but let me maybe point you to 4 key messages that I think you should all retain. First of all, building on this event that, okay, we are halfway through, but I can consider it very successful for the vibrant and lively debates that were sparked in the previous panels, and I hope will continue also later. This event is an awareness-raising event, is an ecosystem building, is a community nurturing event, and we intend to build on this and to make it even more impactful. The idea is to have this type of gathering every 2 years and to see the community growing. So first, this overall umbrella. The second message is, what about emerging fund managers that would need maybe a bit of hand-holding to entering into the impact investing? And there we had the idea of the boot camp. It's not a very original idea. We have tons of boot camps in the market, but we thought, okay, we do have a wonderful team of experts inside the EAF, inside the EIB about impact investing. So why don't we put this expertise at the service of emerging fund managers? So the idea is to have this bootcamp that is going to be primarily a virtual bootcamp of several masterclass dedicated to specific topics like fund structuring, provided, of course, that the fund is based in Europe, since indeed the EIF is active in the European Union. The legal terms, fundraising strategies, impact strategies, and so on and so forth. The third message that you should retain is that, what about the financial intermediaries that are already part of our community, that we have already supported via the various programs, like the Social Impact Accelerator, or EFSI, or InvestEU now? Well, we would continue to nurture this ecosystem, and we have the idea to host several sessions for training, for discussions with the financial intermediaries that are already acquainted with the impact investing, but they also want to reach the next milestones. And last but not least, what is more, let's say, on the forward-looking perspective, and mind you that next year is going to be a very important year, because in December, hopefully, the new commission will take office, right, Francois? And you know very well that in public funding terms, 2028, which is the start of the new funding cycle, in public terms is tomorrow. So we want to be ready for when the time will come and gather some focus group of very impactful, indeed, financial intermediaries to start thinking about the product offering, to start thinking, okay, what we should maintain, where are the gaps that we should cover. So if you want to retain any messages out of my slides for this next phase of the capacity building program under InvestEU, I would then mention these 4 points: the awareness raising, building on this successful event, the bootcamp from emerging fund managers, the continue interactions with the existing fund managers, and last but not least, focus group to improve the product offering in the future and be ready when the time will come with the next funding cycle. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Super clear. You see, you do that so well. There are 4 points that you must take home. The first is, and then they were all captivated until the end, the absolute essence of being a fabulous speaker. Do they get the slides if they need to? There were a couple of people snapping. If people need to see this, yeah, okay,
Slides
great.
are available and will be
Slides are available. Bruno's going to make them available right after this event because it's not like he doesn't have enough to do today. Bruno, I'm an equity fund, impact fund. I want to benefit from the activities. What should I do?
Yes, as I said, give us some time. So we really need to finalize, to get a number of green lights still. Let's talk about bureaucracy. But we count to be ready in 2025. So there will be a website, there will be a web page. We do plan to have a functional mailbox where to receive the request for services. First of all, we really have to set the buffet of services and be very clear, I would like to have this food or I would like to have this food. So we are working on that. So again, I want to manage a bit the expectation, but it's important that there will be communication on that.
I love it, buffet, spoken like a true Italian. I want this food, I want that food. Lovely.
À la carte.
Yeah, à la carte. So thank you so much. That was short and very sweet and very helpful. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you to all of these good speakers.